Shalom, shalom, man. Another Freestyle Friday coming at y'all late night, late night. I understand, I know. So I know we're not gonna probably have a lot of views. We never really have that many viewers, but it ain't about the viewers, right? Nonetheless, we got a Freestyle Friday. Y'all see the title, Ice, don't freeze up, right? Usually when you get nervous, you freeze up. That's why I'm saying don't freeze up, don't get nervous, right? Ice. We're gonna talk about ice today and current events. I got a few videos to show. We're the brothers of the hopeful elect, right? Hoping to make our calling and our election sure, right? On the screen, we have the Null, your brother Azrael. Towards the bottom, we have the brother Obadiah, right? And hopefully the Lord uses us tonight to give an impactful lesson, an edifying lesson. I want to say we give all glory and honor to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who sent his son as an instrument of salvation for the nation. And that nation is Israel. Shalom to the 12 tribes. Shalom to the believers, the cleavers, right? Let's get into this lesson. Let me share my screen. Going to play the blowing of the shofar first, and then we're going to get into the videos. Mighty blowing of the shofar by our brother Obadiah and by the brothers of the hopeful elect. Let's get into these videos. As you see, I got 5 links, so it should be an interesting video today, man. Hopefully it's not too long-winded, but I just want to kind of put a different narrative out there when it comes to thinking about ICE and politics and news and media, right? I don't know if I got these in correct order or not. So through the spirit, we're just going to go in order and touch on them like that. Actually, I know this first one is a longer video. Yeah, let's get the longer video out the way. Right now, this video, hey, I'm playing it before the Sabbath day for a reason. This video right here has some profanity, right? I wish I could, bleep it out. I'm not savvy with technology. Like, it has some profanity. But I'm playing this video to show you guys what not to do, right? Well, ICE, what not to do. I wish I would have had that fake Black Panther party in a video too. I don't got one, but this kind of goes along with that, right? Don't try to be macho man or macho woman. Don't try to provoke your adversary. The Bible says to agree with your adversary, man. Don't try to provoke your adversary, because the Bible tells you what? If you don't agree with your adversary and you provoke them, you'll find yourself in prison, right? So stop trying to push the envelope and the limits. And we're going to get into why you shouldn't push the envelope and the limits later on in this video.
Keep clutching. Oh, my mama, keep clutching. Keep clutching. I'm walking. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. If I would walk on public property, bitch ass nigga, I ain't no immigrant. They gonna play. Take some. Touch me. I want you to. Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all bad. Y'all some whole ass niggas. He killed shit broad day, face clear. Come on, cuz. Get behind that line. All right, good. You good.
Yeah. And now he trying to prove that he a gangster. We kill people broad day, face clear. We don't need a face mask. Why are you incriminating yourself in front of these people, man?
I am, nigga. What the fuck you want to do if I was right there? Why you did? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Bitch ass nigga. If you ain't had that badge on my beat your ass.
Why are you walking them down? They're getting out the way. They're getting in their cars. Why are you putting yourself in harm's way? A lot of us, man, we let our emotions rule over us, and we don't hide ourselves from the evil. We run to it. Then we wonder why they got their foot on our neck. Then we wonder why our hands are behind our back and we're getting thrown on the ground and they beating our rib cage in. Then we wonder why we're in a prison cell. And you want to cry wolf to the judge and everything. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just have my rights. You are provoking, right? At the end of the day, police officers, federal officers, agents, they are human beings. They have emotions too. You can provoke those emotions, right? This is what not to do. And once again, Salakia, sorry for the language.
Yo, shit, nigga, do that shit.
He said, if I had caught you another day and you didn't have that badge on, I would have shot you. That's what he's saying, right? Why are you confessing to doing stuff like that and stuff that you would do, right? You done got hyped up. Social media done riled you up. And now you believe what you believe about ICE. And now you're going up to random strangers that are doing their job and have nothing to do with you. They're not even trying to attack. It'd be one thing if they was trying to attack you, bro. But you just walking them down for no reason just because you see their vest. And I know what happens. People be in the barbershops, people be in the group chats, people be at the gym talking about, man, if I see one of them ICE agents with a vest on, man, I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna give him peace of mind. If you support ICE, man, F that, blah, blah, blah. And look, I ain't saying to support nothing. I'm just saying you don't have to do nothing either, though. Stop letting social media rile you up on what you think is happening.
Listen, nigga, you're gonna talk my feet. I'm talking. You're gonna get arrested. I'm talking. Who? Spit in my feet. Nigga, give me a fucking suit. Hold on, turn on you bitch ass. Keep clutching your gun. Keep clutching your gun. Oh, we have it on camera. Keep clutching your gun. What you scared? What you scared? I don't give a fuck about no gun, cuz I do this for real. Stop being scared of me, nigga. I'm talking. Bitch ass nigga. Clutch your gun. Clutch it, little bitch. You a bitch. Like I said, what's going on?
And so why are you're begging for something to happen? Why? For a viral moment? Is a viral moment worth your life? But that's enough of that foolishness, He's just gonna keep cussing. So let's go to the next video, man. But the point stands.
Like you
putting yourself in harm's way. Go ahead.
And that's what a sheep look like when they don't have a shepherd. That's how we look. That's how a lot of our people look when we don't have, somebody to guide us. When we don't have Christ on the scene guiding us, man. We do things like that. We let our emotions, override things. And when you start acting emotional, you don't think. You're just doing things. Now, when something happened to you, that's when you start to think. When that taser hit you, or that bullet hit you, that's when you starting to think like, damn, I'm tripping. But yeah.
Come on, man. You don't got nobody to show you the right way to manage your emotions for you if you can't manage them yourself. That's what happens, right? So this one right here, so I know everybody knows that ICE is coming to Georgia, or they're already in Georgia. This is in Atlanta, I believe, at a truck stop, right? It says ICE officers were seen at a truck stop checking immigration status. Footage shows officers questioning a driver. Was the officer in the wrong, right? Was the officer in the wrong? Keep in mind, this ICE agent is a black man. We don't know what nationality this guy is, but nonetheless, right? I want to say it's a narrative being pushed out there for us to just treat these people any kind of way, right? And I want to say that narrative is brought about by viral videos, but those handful of viral videos is not a representation of the whole task force, right? Because they're out there every day, and you have a handful of viral videos of people that's provoking them. To be honest, I would understand if there was no provocation, like if they was just going stupid crazy, but nonetheless, there's good, there's good coaches, bad coaches, good police officers, bad police officers, good ICE agents, but there's good politicians, bad politicians. It's good and bad all over, but you should not let social media rile you up to where, you just, next time, if I see them, I'm gonna record them and I'm gonna let them have it. And blah, blah. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes you got to think into the future. You got to be prudent, right? So when I play this video, you'll see the demeanor on these ICE agents, right? And you'll hear what the truck driver says, right? in my opinion, the truck driver is really confounded, but you know, he has to stand on his one and keep, you know, doing what he's doing. But let's play this video.
Truck thing right now, I'm asking you, do you have identification?
Is it a badge?
Yes, sir.
DOT?
No, I'm not DOT.
So he said, I want to ask you for identification. The driver said, do you have a badge? Which I agree. Don't just let nobody get your identification. If they're ICE, make them show a badge. You know, that's a polite way to, you know, just verify who they are. Hey, do you have a badge? Right?
Immigration, I'm asking you, do you have any identification to see?
I have my identification.
Go ahead, see it.
Do I have to provide it?
You don't have to provide it, I'm asking you.
Brother, come on.
I'm asking you.
Dude, the only reason I'm not providing it, dude, is because I see all the shit that's getting harassed.
No,
I'm just doing that.
That's
but
hold on.
I know I get one.
You're looking at the news, right? That's not true, though.
Brother.
So he said, the reason why I don't want to give it to you is because of the stuff I'm seeing. What in the world is going on in the world to where, yeah, I don't want to comply because I've been seeing stuff. I've been seeing stuff on social media. I've been seeing stuff. Bro, these people are doing an actual job, right? And he's about to get into it.
I'm listening. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Look it. My family's Mexican.
Okay.
Obviously, I was born here, but
I mean, that's all I'm asking.
It's just for the point of like all the shit we see is just like, you know what?
It's not. Again, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm not here to harass you.
I know you're not here to harass me.
I just asked you a question. We good to go. You say you're USC. You was born here. Okay, it's not an issue. We're not here going at the people just because we're trying to get criminals up the street. You driving this truck right here, right?
Yeah.
God forbid somebody that shouldn't have a license on the road and kill you. God forbid.
No, I get that completely.
That's an issue, you understand?
So let me ask you two on the screen right here, right? This ICE agent, does he seem like a butthole or does he seem respectable?
Nah, he seemed legit. Like he seemed respectful.
So my thing is this, right? The average ICE agent isn't the ICE agents on those viral videos. So my thing is this: we got to stop letting, if we let social media and the news media influence us and our emotions, we're no better than the lost sheep in the world, like the brother Obadiah said. We're no better than them. We got to be able to see through narratives, see through programming. They're programming. Whatever is happening in the masses, that's what's happening. It's planned that way. Stop playing checkers when they're playing chess. Right? Go ahead, Obadiah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. There is this movie, man. I think it was The First Purge. They showed you in the movie, The First Purge, how it wasn't. I think they was trying to see like, they were trying to increase the crime rate. It wasn't enough crime going on in the purge, so they disguised these. I don't know if they was military soldiers or what, but they disguised them, and they pretend like they was purge. Or they pretend like they was purging, and they caused more people to purge. So, just my opinion, a lot of these viral clips that we see of these ICE agents, me personally, when I see them, I think some of these people be like actors, bro. Like I feel like some of these these officers don't even be real officers. Just like you can have fake people rioting at a concert or an event. They can get paid by the government. Hey, just go and start a riot. They go and act like they mad, start a riot. Not everybody else rioting and losing their mind. That's what I think. This is they trying to push like the brother Azrael said. They trying to push a motive and agenda. You know, but all of them not like that. The viral clips, I think majority of those clips be actors, man. That's just me though.
January 6th, that insurrection at the Capitol, you know, a few months after it happened, it got out that a bunch of those people were paid actors, bro. Mm-hmm. A bunch of those people were paid actors. And so this is my thing too. We understand narratives, right? They try to paint the Israelites to be bad people, right? Until they actually come and they have a conversation and we hit them with a response like this brother right here, and they're like, well, I had an interaction with an Israelite. They weren't that bad. Right? Now this driver is going to say, I had an interaction with ICE. They weren't that bad. So it's like, you got to understand, if there's a narrative being spun, it's spun for a reason. They want you to think something's bad for a reason, right? And you got to be smarter than that, man. So like the title of this video, don't freeze up, don't get nervous. I know a lot of us, we get nervous. Oh, they're in my state, they're in my city. Hey man, one thing for sure is God, he's in control. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. If he's gonna put you in prison, he's gonna put you in prison. 2, right? You don't have to be scared because of what you see, right? We walk by faith and not by sight. So stop believing the masses. Broad is the way to destruction, right? Let me finish this video out.
So, you good to go, fella?
No, I know it's good to go. I know.
I know. I'm saying.
Regarding.
We good. All right? Have a good day, brother.
The dude said, I don't want to give you my identification. He said, cool, you don't have to. The brother said he gave his reasoning of what they're doing, and the driver had to agree. Yeah, you should be doing that. We don't want an illegal immigrant that don't have a driver's license to be driving a truck, bro, and get into a car crash. We got families on the road, right? All right. But I do think that it's kind of weird. It's kind of crafty that the brother was dressed up like a normal person, though. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know that brother was an ICE agent. He had this hoodie on, ski mask.
Might have been an agent too, bro. You should never know, bro.
Look,
all this AI stuff.
He looked like a regular truck driver, dude. A regular black truck driver out there. I think he had Jordans on.
But they had no vest on or nothing. No, they had vests or something on.
Partner had a vest, but I think his vest was underneath his hoodie.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, so this is Big Homie CC. I think we played him once on this channel already, but he's a famous bodyguard. I think they say he's like the top paid bodyguard in America. Anywhere from celebrities to politicians to supermodels, athletes. People will be hiring him. So he has a lot of intel in that realm, just being a bystander and close to these people. So let's listen to what he got to say and how he believes it's a diversion tactic of what's going on. What's that?
On the land, these terror cell organizations.
Administration, 40,000 ISIS and Al Qaeda workers and soldiers infiltrated the border. We just seen Afghani shoot National Guard. In Chicago, they found an apartment filled with C4 explosives, fire department uniforms, and police officer uniforms. This ain't about the guys hanging outside the Home Depot and the 7-Eleven.
Right. So he's saying this ain't. They're not just trying. He's saying ICE is actually here for a reason because the government has found actual spies from other countries that are in the United States, and the government is trying to get them out. And he's saying what is being had is the other side of the politicians are trying to spin it like they're just out here getting your regular Mexican outside of Home Depot. And he's saying that's not what they're not here for them low-level immigrants. They're here for the people that actually are trying to destroy America from the inside out, Babylon from the inside out. And so that's what he's saying is the diversion tactic of the Democratic Party, the liberalists. Go ahead.
And if you think about it, man, that's exactly kind of what's happening. Because you got to understand that the other side, they control the media, not just the Israelis, the fake Jewish people. But when you talk about China, right, they are controlling TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And most of the videos you see are spun from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And when they can push what they want to push and put it in your algorithm, man, to fearmonger and stuff like that, it's literally it's literally a digital war out here trying to, spin narratives. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to get you to believe that we need to defund the police to leave us weak so that they can just take us. Well, when I say us, I mean Babylon. Either way, Babylon got to fall. So, I mean, it's going to happen regardless, but ICE agents or not. So, come on.
Our sovereignty is under attack because the Islamic State has been named as a terror organization.
Our sovereignty, our power, our country's power is under attack. So that's why Jeremiah says, how has the hammer of the whole earth, the power of the whole earth, which is Babylon? How is Babylon the great, the power of the whole earth, broken asunder, meaning broken in two, broken in half, which you can see the country is definitely divided.
That's going to trigger attacks. In the Quran, it says, kill the non-believers. We have 40.
Right. So if you notice, we're getting a lot more Islamic presence in the world, man. They're in politics, they're in sports, they're in entertainment now. They're man, a lot of these new clothing lines that are popping up are all Islamic founders, right? Arabic and Saudi founders, right? And that's not by chance. They're trying to take over. And just like he said in the Quran, jihad and what's the other word? Jihad and I don't think it's shahada. Jihad and forgot the other word, man. I forgot the other word, but their memo is to, if you're not a non-believer, we got to get rid of you. And you know, their goal is to convert the whole earth into Islam. That's a part of their belief. That's why they so crazy.
1,000 Somalis who was using the unemployment system to send money back to Al-Shabaab, the same group. I'm just out there negotiating the freedom of children. That's what's going on in our country. So people talking about defund the police, and they talking about, oh, ICE is all this. Man, bro, in our communities, you have terror cells operating, point blank, period. 40,000 Chinese nationals crossed the border. Then what did they find? They found a sim farm in New York where they had the infrastructure to take out 200 million phone lines.
You wonder why Verizon's going dead, AT&T going dead. You wonder why on Netflix they got all these random advertisements for Asian Netflix shows. It's because, man, these people are already here, man. They're trying to take us out from the inside out, and they're trying to get us to get used to seeing their faces, used to seeing their products.
Squid Game.
Our national security has been
compromised, and it's been that way for a minute. They just not telling the public that, right? Two more videos.
Man, when you live in the land of the free, man, and you know, by the time they started cracking down on you know, who comes in and out, man, it was already too late.
Right? They have assembled themselves together, is what Jeremiah says, man. They have confederate themselves against Babylon, right? Shooting the arrows of the scientists, roughly paraphrasing, right? Now, this video right here, kind of crazy, man, but it's just another thing to think of, kind of along the lines of what the brother Obadiah said about actors, but we're in 2026, so we don't necessarily need actors. Let's look at this.
I'm NYPD, you hear me? Badge right here. What you doing is illegal. Sir, no, you back up. I got authority on this block just like you think you do. You can't snatch people off the street without a warrant. We're conducting. And I'm telling you right now, federal or not, it's against the law. I'm an officer of the law too, hermano. You put hands on anyone out here.
Yeah, so that video is not real. Has hundreds of thousands of views, thousands of likes, not real. There are videos on that page with millions of views that are the same kind of content, also not real. I mean, check this one out that has started circulating to other pages and stuff.
They even throw them on the railroad track, bro. Oh,
yeah. Hey, bro, but AI videos, 1 million views, thousands of likes, 100,000s of likes. This is where everybody's mind is at when it comes to ICE because of fake videos being generated. So now when you see ICE, guess what? You're going to incite a riot. They want you to do that. You're going to try to hit one of them. Now they're going to take you to prison. Now you got to pay the government money for your bail and your bond. They want you to act up. They want you to loot and riot, man. Go ahead.
It was just like that one year. I can't remember what year it was when Obama was in office, when police brutality was on the high, when police was killing a lot of our people. I can't remember what year that was, but that year had mostly everybody really hating cops. Like, cop run up on me, cop stop me, I'm gonna blast him. I got my gun, he better not try me. That was because we were seeing so many of our people getting killed by the police that that got it in our mindset. A cop pull us over, a cop say something to us, the same way we treating ICE. A lot of our people treating ICE is the same way we felt back then, man. And I was into conspiracies back then. I was thinking like, man, I think it was a plot by the government as well too, when all that stuff was going on. But that's a story for another day. But brother got it.
Go ahead.
Come, man. You know, and you know, when you look at stuff that's been happening in the news recently, like the 2 Caucasian people that got shot and killed by ICE, right? Who's to say that those videos weren't AI generated, man? You know what I'm saying? We ain't really see no funerals or anything like that. Really ain't really heard no name for real. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it might have just been them testing the waters, and they probably said, man, let's fake kill some Caucasians and see how everybody react, because they probably already know people really don't care about Caucasians like that right now. But I know for a fact they wasn't gonna fake kill a Mexican, because they know how the Mexicans get, boy. They fake kill a Mexican on camera, bro. It's a wrap. The Mexicans going crazy, bro.
Yeah, and so we may be scrolling on social media, and you may send a reel to somebody. You may send a video to somebody, and they be like, "Hey man, that's AI. That ain't real." Right? And people, they go all out. They go to the comments and everything to prove that something is AI. It may be a cat fighting a dog, and the cat wins by slitting the dog's throat. You like, I didn't know cats can do that, and it looks so real, right? Something crazy like that, right? But this is the thing: nobody ever does that to the news media. Nobody ever stops and thinks, "Is this AI?" Right? Something. No, that's a real police officer. That's a real agent. But nobody goes and checks, is this AI? Nobody says, hey, that's AI, bro. Nobody says that. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe one thing can be fake and something else could not be fake, right? So we have to do our due diligence and go to whoever posted the video, whoever shared the video, and see if they have a narrative, right? After watching this video, I started doing that whenever it pops on my timeline. And I'll go to the page and I'll be like, oh, this is a heavy politician. This lady is a heavy liberal Democrat politician. She was trying to kick it in her video like she was just, I'm a citizen of Minneapolis and this is what's going on. No, you've been a diehard Democrat and you're just looking for a reason to bash this campaign. Now, like I said, I'm not in support for any side, but what I'm saying is don't let them scare you, one, and don't let them provoke you to do something crazy, two, right? Don't let them scare you and being frightful of leaving your house and everything. And don't let them provoke you into putting yourself in harm's way. Right? Go ahead, Obadiah.
I don't know if y'all.
Isaiah too.
Huh?
I was saying shalom to the brother Isaiah too.
Oh yeah, shalom, brother Isaiah. But I don't know if y'all remember this, man. Y'all probably do. It was a shooting. It was a shooting at a grocery store, like 2016, 2017, maybe 2018. I can't remember. Somewhere around that time, it was a video out of a white dude going into a grocery store, and he was shooting people. So I'm thinking, when I heard about it, I watched the video for the first time, like, bruh, it just don't seem real. So I was just zooming in the video, and I was just watching how he was just going in and shooting. And when you watch it, he was shooting blanks, and it wasn't no blood nowhere on the ground, and it was a lady still moving. When he shot her, she was still like, she was supposed to be dead, but you can see her still moving, like I seen her move. So I'm like, bro, they've been doing that since the beginning with these crisis actors and making things appear to be real when it's not, bro. But a lot of these videos we see, man, a lot of these videos aren't real, man. A lot of these videos aren't real.
And don't think that they won't stage something too and just have a bunch of police officers outside of a store or outside of a building, and they're not even doing nothing. They might just be in their car. The lights are on. They might just be walking around. If you watch that Diddy documentary, you know they can do stuff like that and don't care about it, and then turn the lights off and then come up with a news story,
Between the various places that these videos are going, and these videos are not real. Here's a marker on that first one that I shared that you can tell, like, there's like, what is that supposed to be Hebrew? Like, I don't know what kind of text that's supposed to be. It's clearly not English alphabet. So that's a marker that this was AI generated. The problem is, friend, those markers are not going to exist in a year, maybe. And what do we do then? Like, it's only a matter of time if we don't figure something out around this stuff before a war starts or an election is decided from a viral fake AI piece of content. Like, what do we do as a society if a video goes viral of, say, Senator Mark Kelly telling someone to assassinate the President Trump? What do we do? Like, if people say, no, this is clearly real, it's videotaped like a hidden camera or something, and people go off, people try to assassinate him and say, like, what do we do as a society? These are real life questions we have to answer, ideally before that happens, in terms of what regulations we need, what we need to do about this technology.
Hey, and none of that stuff is far-fetched. You know, they're gonna show you in TV shows and movies first, right? If you watch that movie Scandal, man, it was a lot of plot twists and scandal, but they would do stuff like that. You would think it's this person that assassinated this politician, but it was really this person. And it was really this team of people working together against this person. Then it was this person that you was working with this person all along, and it was this person. And even though the whole world saw on TV, it wasn't as it seemed. We're living in those times of confusion. That's Babylon.
What America need to do, man, and they're not gonna like it, but what America, and they tried to do it. They tried to, if y'all remember a while back, man, they tried to do, I forgot which social media app it was. They need to get rid of social media altogether, right? That's the only way you're gonna stop the AI generated videos being shared and stuff like that. Was it TikTok that they banned for a quick second in America and everybody was panicking?
They banned it at the end of Biden's administration, but as soon as Trump got in, he gave it back.
See, man, it's, a lot of people was tripping about that, but if y'all only knew how tricky this social media thing can be, you would understand why the government would want to ban something like that, man. Y'all start, I know a lot of people have got in bed with social media and is getting paid pretty well from social media. But if I was running America and I wanted to put it into it, I'm just cutting out all social media, bro.
It's something I realized too, man. When it just comes to these when it comes to these mass shootings and things like that, a lot of times to tell when it's kind of fake, bro, is when the killer when the killer end up dead. Like when they say he died on the scene. A lot of times a lot of times those be fake, man. You might have some that's real, but a lot of times when a person shoot up a supermarket or a school, or go to a place where a lot of people at, and then all of a sudden they say he killed himself, or before they was able to bring him in, he shot himself, or the police killed him. A lot of times those things be, a lot of those be fake. A lot of times, bro.
They'll get you up out of here before they let you ban on social media, bro. By the time you try to invoke that rule, you'll get to realize you're standing next to Christ in the kingdom.
Yeah, they ain't going for that. They ain't going for that at all.
It's making too much money now. It's a part of the economy. So I mean, they can't do that, bro. Literally.
I'm saying it's an easy fit. If you worried about all the fraudulent stuff and whatnot, it's an easy fix. No one gonna like it, but it'd be an easy fix, bro.
Yeah, I would say if they controlled each and all these social media apps, and like they said at a certain time in the morning, all the apps shut down and then they open back up. Then at a certain time at night, all of them close down and open back up. That might, help a little, but still, I mean, with AI and stuff, I mean, it's not much you can do. It says, the nerdy Christian says, please do not trust everything you hear, read, or now even what you see on the internet. Find trusted sources whose real life identity you can verify with some measure of confidence and rely on those. In my opinion, tech like this will, or at least should, lead to some degree of resurgence for legacy media as well. But when you see random things on the internet from people you don't know or already trust, beware, seriously, right? Let me get like 2 precepts and then we'll go to the last video and get the last 2 precepts. First, 2 Timothy 1:7, starting from the top with Brother DePaul.
Con, this is 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind."
Come on, man. The Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear, bro. He did not give us the spirit of fear. He gave us power, love, and a sound mind. You got to have a sound mind in this thing because it's going to get crazier. And even when it gets crazier, you're still to have a sound mind because that's what the Most High God give us, man. Right? You can't be like the world tossed to and fro, man. And your emotions is everywhere. And you over here not listening to the spirit. Right now, I know I don't want what I'm about to say now is like I don't want this to sound misogynistic or bad, but I will say this: a lot of times women are very spiritual creatures, right? Also, it tells us that women are the weaker vessel. So sometimes their spirit can be susceptible to emotions, right? What I mean by that is this: a lot of times in a lot of this chaos that's going on, women can be driven to do things and to think a certain way based on their emotions, and their judgment may be clouded, and they may think it's discernment or whatever. But a lot of times, in high pressure situations, you shouldn't trust the woman, but the woman should trust the man. And the woman should examine the man's spirit because a lot of time in high pressure situations, the Most High God is going to deal with that man in the sense of leadership, headship, and provision, right? You can tell based on how your man is feeling and how he's acting if a situation is dire or not, right? In pressure situations. Now, women a lot of times get dealt with in a lot calmer situations when you're dealing with prophecy and judgment and stuff like that. I'm not saying women don't get dealt with, but high pressure situations, a lot of times it'll be the men, right? No folly, but if you watch The Walking Dead, there's a scene in there where the women try to take control and the men are like, no, the men are trying to go against it. And the women are so headstrong in the scene to where the men were like, you know what? We'll give it a shot. We'll give y'all's way a shot. The women almost got everybody killed. The women came back to the men. They was crying, sobbing. You guys just take control. And they never bucked up against the men the rest of the series, right? Because in certain high pressure situations, that's why our order was set. That's why women didn't go to war. That's in certain high pressure situations, God puts a spirit of power, love, and sound mind on men, right? So that's just a sidebar I wanted to say.
It's a lucky king, yeah, man. So if your husband is calm in a situation, you should be calm. Don't be trying to panic, because he more likely, like the brother said, Most High put the spirit on, even because you can read about this in the scriptures as well too. Majority of the time with situations like this, he deal with the man. So he'll put it on the man's spirit to let you know if it's something serious or not. But if the man calm, it ain't no sense for the woman to be all, we gotta do this, we gotta get this, what are we gonna do? If the husband head calm.
Do you see what they're saying? Do you see this, blah blah blah? And a lot of times, the Most High God will put it on that man's spirit to feel anxious or feel like he needs to do something if it's that time. But if your man is feeling calm and collected and he has a sound mind, go off of what your man feels and trust your man. At the end of the day,
okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, at the end of the day, trust your man. You gotta be ready. I know it sounds crazy, but you gotta be ready to live or die at the hands of your husband, because he's the one that's going to lead. Right? And that's a tough pill. That's a tough pill to swallow sometimes. Go ahead.
Y'all gonna say, man, Con, especially if he a man of the Lord, man, if you're a man of the Lord, definitely even more, it should be okay. I trust his judgment. I trust the Most High, of course. I trust the Most High gonna put on His Spirit what we're gonna do moving forward. But a lot of times when it's not handled like that, and you have a woman that's what you're not doing nothing. Why you just standing there? We gotta do it. We gotta move. Then now it's clashing heads. It's a collision going on within the household.
Yeah. And then emotions sometimes will get you riled up to where you might call your husband or your wife out of their name or whatever. And now what I'm saying, and it all happened, and nothing even had to happen, because if there was true discernment in the situation, you could see that it was being provoked by an agenda or something, right? So just something to think about, man. I like the way the brother Obadiah phrased it, right? If your leader, and that's just like in war, right? The soldiers and cadets, they're gonna look to their colonel, they're gonna look to their captain, and if they're calm, they're gonna be calm. They may be freaking out inside, but they're gonna be calm because they see their captain calm, right? It's the same thing in the household. If you see your hedge of protection calm, that means you should be calm as well, right? Don't get into a frenzy, and don't be talking like people in the world. You see what they're doing. Don't do all that. Go off of your husband's spirit. And know your husband is not just dumb or ignorant, or he's not just he's not aware. God will put it on his spirit. God will. If you think God can send you a video, you don't think God can send your husband a video. You don't think God can send your husband some news. You don't think God can run an article past your husband's eyes to make him understand what's going on. Yeah, your husband sees all that stuff too. But if your husband is calm, you should be calm too, as his house, right? Don't be a divided house, right? And don't have the spirit of fear, like we just read, right? This is 1 Thessalonians 5:21. If you could read this.
1 Thessalonians, oh my bad. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
You gotta do your research. You gotta say, is this person a politician? Are they just feeding me some BS? Is this person linked to something that could possibly be a lie? Is this AI? Is this real? Right? What's the narrative behind it? What could be the narrative behind this? You gotta prove all things, man. Right. Don't freeze up just because don't just freeze up because of what you heard and what you saw and what people. And this is why it's good to have a multitude of counselors, right? This is why it's good to have people to bounce ideas off of. This is why it's good to talk with people that's in the scripture, that's in the spirit too, so that you can get different perspectives, right? The brothers on the screen, we always giving different perspectives, right? I even get different perspectives from my father all the time. We get different perspectives from our women, right? To take into account. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to be around people that are in the spirit and that's in the word, because that's our wisdom and our understanding. And that's how we're gonna get through these hard times. That's literally how we're gonna get through these hard times, man, is understanding and applying this Bible. Right. Let's get these let's get this last video and these last two precepts.
It's like I said, a point real quick, King.
Con, go ahead.
Con, I was gonna say, man, listening to the government and everything they say, man, that's gonna leave you broke majority of the time, because they may hype up a storm coming. Or for an example, when COVID came in 2020, right? Their job is to hype it up. The news job is to hype it up, to make it seem worse than what it's gonna be, so you can panic and go and buy things and go and buy all these things to make these people more money. So a lot of times when they saying something bad is coming, it don't really be as bad as how they trying to make it seem. Like that winter storm that just passed, it was bad, but it wasn't like how they was portraying it to be. Like, you got to get all of this stuff, and you're gonna be in the house 2 or 3 weeks, and you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere, and buying all the food, and I mean, it wasn't as bad as people was making it seem, though. People was panicking, literally crying, like don't know what to do. And it's like there's just certain situations you just gotta have discernment, man, and just don't fall for the okie doke all the time just because they said something and they get this.
You got to listen to your spirit too, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't override your spirit a lot of times. A lot of times we override our spirit. It's okay to be smart and it's okay to be prudent, but I also don't override your spirit. If your spirit is literally telling you, if you gotta make yourself frantic because your spirit is like calm and you're like, why am I so calm right now? I gotta. You're overriding your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your spirit, man, and don't listen to your surroundings.
I was gonna say there's a saying called "Don't drink the Kool-Aid," man, and it come from a historic event that took place back in the late '60s or '70s. But I was gonna say, you know, sometimes, like the brother was saying, you know, women are spiritual, and sometimes it's to the point where women be doing their best to be great wives and mothers and be prudent about every situation that takes place. So sometimes what we see in the media can cause some of our sisters to go into not necessarily a panic, but go into survival mode because they want to be the best they can be in every situation for their household. But like I told my wife, I said, you know, you got to put things into perspective. My wife seen a video on TikTok. I think that you was talking about that same lady when I first got on that was on TikTok spreading that propaganda or whatever. And I checked her page, come to find out she was a Democrat, liberal, whatever she was. But I'm saying all this to say because I told my wife, I said, you know, realistically think about it. What can you do? I said, what would be your exit plan? Like, give me your strategy. If you were approached by ICE walking down the street right now, what would you do? And I said, 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't be able to do anything. And I said that after she didn't give me an answer. I said, it's because you probably couldn't do anything but obey their commands. I mean, you got to think about it. You're not finna fight. You're not finna run. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point,
both of those is two terrible things. You run, ICE is thinking you an illegal immigrant.
Right. You run, you fight. There ain't nothing you can do. I said, and one thing I told her, I said, man, lately my favorite verse to quote in the scriptures has been Romans 13, that, you know, the powers that be are not a terror unto good works. I think people forget that sometimes, that no matter what you face in whatever situation you're in, it's never going to be able to stop you from doing the thing that the Most High commanded you to do when you're faced with certain situations. So I told my wife the same thing. I'm just like, man, you know, ain't no need to panic, because if any type of trials and tribulations come our way, then it's of the Lord. But it's not about the trial and tribulation being present. It's about how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? And majority of the time when you panicking, you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? You're not being very prudent. You're just trying to hurry up and make haste for right now. But like I told her, I said, when trouble comes, sometimes you just got to take it head on and just be, you know, poised, calm, cool, and collected. And I said, and that'll help you get through a situation a lot faster and a lot smoother than thinking that, oh, I got to go do this, I got to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Drinking the Kool-Aid, listening to the propaganda. So,
and I think we did a video, "Don't Drink the Kool-Aid," a while ago, if I'm not mistaken. But come on, man, let's watch this video. This is an actual immigrant, and he's gonna tell you his perspective on ICE, right? And you know, Jake got to do the lick lip, man.
I've been in ICE custody 2 times, one for 2 weeks and another for 7 months. And I can tell you now, this whole protest, ICE is probably the dumbest thing people could be doing right now.
This is from the mouth of an immigrant, and he's telling you it's dumb. But you'll look at people in the comments, who paid you to say this BS? They'll say that to somebody that actually is living the thing, but the fake news media and stuff, they don't ever ask to think, who is this white person getting paid that's telling me this? Is this video fake? They don't ask that. But the person that tell the truth always gets demonized. Who's telling you who's paying you? He must be getting paid to say this BS because he's telling the truth. Or is because it's going against what you've told your family in the videos that you've shared on your page, and it's making you look retarded. So now he got to be wrong. Right? Galatians 4:16 says, "Am I therefore your enemy because I tell you the truth?" Go ahead.
And I was gonna add that too. You just stole the scripture out of my mouth, but I was gonna say too, even like this, think about it. Even if it's just the truth of his experience, because there could be people that on both sides of the spectrum, one that say something like this the dumbest thing, and one that may agree with the majority of media, but still, nonetheless, you can't deny that people's experiences are real. So if he's been in ICE custody, his experience matters. The only experience that people like to focus on when they're trying to promote propaganda is those negative experiences, right? Those negative experiences is what sells the media and what's put people in a state of fear. But stuff like this, it won't become mainstream because again, it's not fitting the agenda. And on top of that, too, not only is it not fitting the agenda, it's also somebody that's making it to the point where they may say something to the point of I haven't seen this video before, but even if he doesn't, he could say something to the nature of, ICE really ain't doing nothing crazy. And people would be like, "Oh, you're lying. You're lying. Do you not see what you see in media?" But again,
And as we said earlier, them viral moments and them stuff that looks crazy that we see, if those videos are true, bro, it's a handful of stuff. That's not every day. Like the everyday boring ICE immigrant fight, bro, it's gonna be what he's telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be what you're at work sitting in your office or your desk or in your work truck and you're looking at what ICE done did. That's not an everyday thing. That's an outlier, bro. And everybody's allowing outliers to influence their mind on stuff, man. And that's how gullible the sheep are, right?
Yeah, I would want to say too, man. And for the longest time they try to pull the wool over our eyes the same way with all the police brutality on black people. You know what I'm saying? And so, this is really just a video trying to, get out to our people that might be target, Mexicans, Haitians, all y'all, to let y'all know that, hey man, it's the same thing they tried with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when they were, it did happen. There was some social injustice, that happened, but it wasn't as big of a problem as they wanted us to believe it was. And it all pushed that BLM movement and everything for their agendas, right?
And also too, man, even with these immigrants, you gotta understand, most of these immigrants, they know what they're up against when they come to this country. I think a lot of people forget the fact that they are indeed immigrants. They understand that they came to this country, whether it was the legal way or not. They understand that they are not native citizens of this country and that it's going to come with questions sometimes. They prepared themselves for that. They think that this opportunity is worth that risk. It's worth that inconvenience. So a lot of them, they're not even going as hard as some of these Karens and some of these Joes and Bobs and all of these people in the street. They're not going as hard. You probably won't even see no immigrants in the street protesting for real. They're somewhere hiding. They're somewhere trying to make money. And y'all taking off of work. Y'all taking off a class to go march and riot. Come on, bro. Make it make sense.
Ridiculously stupendous. Number one, majority of immigrants that get picked up by ICE will have their day in court, and depending on their status and their history, they will also have the opportunity to bond out. If ICE wants you, they're gonna get you. Why, as an immigrant, am I not?
And that's why I was saying too, and the brother Isaiah alluded to that in the conversation he had with his wife. If they want you, they're gonna get you. And it's already written in prophecy, behold, they shall throw some of you in prison for 10 days. It's already written. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, bro. Live your life.
By ICE. Well, because I already have court. I've already bonded out the system. As long as I don't violate my bond conditions, I don't have any problems to worry about. If you really want to help people that's getting rounded up by ICE, it won't be done by you protesting. It'll be done by your pockets. Because do you know how many people is in ICE custody right now that do have a bond, but they can't bond out because you need to pay the full thing? They don't.
But ain't nobody gonna do that. They rather just go march for no reason than actually get help. They can actually get people. They can actually get some of these people out. Everybody talking about, oh, they're taking this person unlawfully. Go bond them out then. If you care so much, how about you go follow that truck, go to the facility they're taking them, and you go bond them out. But you're not gonna do that though. You're just gonna scream in their face and post an Instagram post.
They ain't trying to spend no money for real.
Ain't trying to spend. They're not really down for the cause, right? What's the point of standing outside of a building in all black with machine guns that aren't really even machine guns? They're all 22s, 22 calibers. You got a 22 caliber AR. That's really for practice. What's the point of doing that? How about y'all go inside and take y'all pockets out, take y'all wallets out, bro? If y'all really for getting them out, bro. Y'all don't care for real. Y'all, everybody's just trying to make a viral moment. Everybody's really just trying to do something trending. And then when life is truly on the line, then they're gonna be scared.
10%. Do you know how many people have to try to find pro bono lawyers because they can't afford lawyers? In my time in ICE, I've met plenty of people that attempted to avoid ICE. And yes, for a little while, they were successful, but ultimately, they go get you. This may sound like a conspiracy theory, but I honestly believe that politicians are playing protesters like fiddles to incite violence and insurrection so that they can have a better opportunity at the polls. Because if there wasn't so many people impeding investigations and getting in front of ICE and fighting them and all of the other stuff, all of this violence and that lady passing away in Minnesota would not have happened.
Right. So you got to think about that, bro. Everybody's talking about all these deaths and everything. Do you not know these deaths would not happen if people just lived their regular lives and let ICE do their jobs? But no, you got to go out and riot, threaten these ICE agents. You got to go out and do all this crazy stuff. And now people are losing their life, not because of ICE. I mean, that might be at the hand of ICE, but ICE probably would have never did it if you just went to your job. If you didn't take off from your job to be in the middle of the street, bro. If you, so a lot of times, you know, this stuff is inciting violence, and you know, the people that are pushing the agenda, you know what they're doing? Every time somebody die or somebody gets looted or robbed, it's working. All the masses, they're chaos is coming. This is what we need for our economy boost. This is what we need for the polls. Yeah, Trump's not gonna have a third election. That's never gonna happen. Yeah, somebody might assassinate. Blah, blah, blah. You gotta stop listening to it, bro. Stop listening to it, right? Nobody should assassinate the president. I'm gonna say that right now in case they're watching, right? I'm gonna say that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just in case they're watching, I'm saying nobody should touch that man.
Except for the Lord.
It's in the Lord's hands.
You know what's crazy too, man? Bro, first of all, you need to clean your email. 33,000 unread emails is insane. But secondly, I don't want. I was gonna say, man, you know, sometimes people be thinking like, and I think that's a misconception about a lot of Israelites too. Well, I can only speak for us, but we ever gonna say we should do this or do that to somebody, because when you read the Bible, the beautiful thing about it is the Lord tells you what's going to happen to those, you know what I'm saying, who oppose him. The Lord's going to tell you what happens to those who has his hand in his chosen one's captivity. So we don't necessarily have to advocate for somebody to do it, because we know the Lord is going to do it. He already had it written in his word. And I'm saying that to let people know that when we in situations like this, sometimes that's why it's good to reflect on what we went over last week in one of the lessons. I forgot which brother brought it out in Jeremiah 29, that, you know, in captivity, sometimes you just got to think about how you can make it more peaceful and enjoy the life that the Lord gave you, you know what I'm saying, in the physical realm, right? It's because if you stress about every little detail of captivity, if you stress about every little thing that you can't control, you'll never really live life. You know, you'll just be focused on trying to control things that you'll never be able to change. Us four brothers on the screen will never be able to change how the voting system in America works. We can't change how marginalized the so-called Blacks and Hispanics are in this country. But what we can change is the way we react to things and how we, lead our households and how we, go about living our day-to-day lives. But that's just a message for those people who feel like, you always have to be so invested in everything that goes on. You just got to kind of take a seat back, stop, again, going back to what brother said earlier, stop drinking the Kool-Aid and just kind of like enjoy the life that the Lord gave you, but also at the same time be prudent, be vigilant. You want me to read this?
Like it, Khan, man. He said, his name is Yahweh, the Lord of hosts is his name. The Lord of hosts, right? Meaning he's the Lord of armies. He's the Lord of kings, rulers, right? That's who he puts everything in its place. So, like Daniel said, long live the king. Right? Exodus 23:2. Dyslexia. Exodus 23.
Man. Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in the cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right. Stop speaking on things you didn't study, man. And stop following a multitude of people, the masses. You see how many likes was on it? It's got to be true. You see how many views this got? Oh, this got to be the real thing. Stop following a multitude to do evil. Bro, everybody going to the stores. We got to go. No. Because, if they wanted to hurt anybody at any given time, they're going to be at that concert. They're going to be at that insurrection, that riot, that chaos at the store. They're going to be there. That's how you take the majority of people out. So don't follow a multitude to do evil, and don't believe a multitude of people either, right? Let's get this last precept before we wrap it up. Matthew 7:13.
Con, this is Matthew 7:13. It says, enter ye into the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Right. Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Don't follow a multitude. Don't go where everybody is going. If something is trending, question it, try it, prove it. Prove all things, right? Try the reins of it. Try the spirit, by the spirit, right? Don't follow a multitude to the broad way that leads to destruction. Don't do it, man. Always try to be different. We always talk about contrarians, but you got to be a contrarian to an extent, man, in this life, in this world of sheeple, right? You got to be able to question and study and prove all things, man. You got to be able to speak to everything, right? It shouldn't be something that comes across that's supposed to be kind of important. And I don't know about it. I ain't too much looking to that. Look into everything, big or small, you know what I'm saying? And understand before you make a movement. Don't allow your emotions to rule over you, right? Possess your vessel with sanctification and honor. But if nobody has any other precepts, man, we've been on this thing for an hour. We can wrap that up. I hope that was edifying, man. All minds and hearts clear. Con, man.
All right, listen, man.
Ice. Don't freeze up, man. Don't get nervous, man. Don't get scary. Don't get angry, right? Just live your life, man, and keep the discernment, right? To the spirit. Go ahead.
You were done, King?
Gone.
I was gonna say, yeah, man. The first thing we definitely should do anyway is call upon the name of the Lord. That's the first thing we should do. If they saying it's a storm coming, or if ICE do want to kick down your door or whatever, first thing we should do is call upon the name of the Lord, man. We can't panic and run like a chicken with our heads cut off, trying to figure out what we're going to do if we ain't even prayed yet to the Lord,
Right. The moment you get any bad news, the moment you hear any bad stuff on the media, the first thing you should do is, Lord, direct my steps. Lord, give me discernment. Lord, be a fence, right? Direct my path. So with that, we'll say Shalom, man. We want to say Shabbat Shalom, man. Hope you guys are going to have a peaceful Sabbath day, man. We made it through another week. We've endured, so let's rest, right? We should be back on this thing, Lord willing, 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time. So like our big brother Christ said, if you're not gathering, you're scattering the flock. So gather together, O nation not desire, right? And we say shalom.
Shalom, shalom.